What's up, everybody? This is Mancave Dave in Wisconsin with another video game pickups video. I just spent a few days in Michigan visiting my best friend Adam, and went to a bunch of thrift stores and pawn shops, and this is the the booty I returned with, if you will. So just gonna kind of go through this and show you all what I got. So there's this place in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan called Honest Injun's Tourist Trap, and I've always wanted to stop there. I mean, with a name like that, as offensive as it is, how can you not, right? But anyway, stopped there and I found a N64 with a game taped to it. I think it was $3, so I figured I would grab it, and even if it doesn't work, I can use it for parts. I know the AV cord is missing a few of the connections, but I have a few spares of those. Stopped at another couple of places, and they had some N64 games for just a couple of bucks. I got Perfect Dark, Tetrasphere, which is sun-faded and kind of rough condition, but I didn't have it, so I figured I'd add it to the collection. A real rough copy of Bond, but this game's so good. If it's just $1, I've got to pick it up. And NFL Quarterback Club 99, which came with the taped-up deck as well. Next, we've got electronic bowling. I remember having some of these when I was a kid. I had baseball and Karnov and some of the other ones, so it's missing the battery flap, but for 50 cents, I figured I'd pick it up. It does work, and it's kind of fun pulling out these old games every now and then and just playing them. Let's see, what else? Got a stack of NES games. Stopped at a little resale shop, and they had Super Nintendo and NES games, and these were only $1 a piece. And so we got The Punisher, Spy Hunter, Dr. Mario, Jackal. Absolute great game, Jackal. This is a classic if you all want to play kind of it's kind of along the lines of Contra, except that you're in a Jeep. So, good game. Cobra Triangle, Dragon Warrior with the manual, Freedom Force, which I don't think I have, but I love this guy's hair. It's just like total 80s. So, Ninja Gaiden, great game, one of my favorites as a kid. Winter Games, Urban Champion, Metal Gear, excuse me, which looks like it's seen better days, but it'll clean up. Ikari Warriors also has seen better days. Super Mario Bros. 3 with not one, but 2 manuals. Life Force, it's a great shooter. Let's see what else we got. Hector and Super Spy Hunter. So pretty good finds there. A lot of those games I didn't have. They also had some Game Boy games. These were a little bit more expensive. They were $3 a piece, but got some good ones. We got Bubble Ghost, Wario Land 2, Metroid 2. Actually, I think I paid $5 for that one, and Super Mario Land 2. So not too bad for again, just a few bucks a piece. So, stopped at another place. They had some Super Nintendo games, and some of these were different prices, but all of them were less than what you'd pay at like a GameStop. So I went ahead and picked them up. Donkey Kong Country 2. What is it? Diddy's Kong Quest. Mortal Kombat. Wizardry 6, which I have not played yet. Monday Night Football. It's a sports game, but, you know, whatever. I was really excited about this. It was $6. Super Double Dragon, which I love the Double Dragon games, so actually haven't played this one, so that's a good find. What else we got here? Wings, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, and last but not least, Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Kind of rough, but I didn't have this one. I had the first 2, so I figured I might as well complete the collection, and if I find a better copy, I can always trade it out. Some of these have price tags on them. I dealt a little bit with the person selling them. He gave me a good deal. Knocked a couple bucks off each game, which was nice. Also found some Atari games I didn't have. These were $1 a piece, so for the 7800, we got Xevious. I'm not sure how you say that. We'll go with Xevious. Robotron 2084. And then for the 2600, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. I had this game when I was a kid. I remember just playing it forever. And for the 7800, Hat Trick hockey game. So cool to have those. This is a Nintendo controller. I think it was like $1. It has a piece of plastic broken here, but the controller works. I have some extra fronts that I can replace and have a good working controller. So that's pretty cool. Found some old school Ninja Turtles. Marked 75 cents. I bought them all, so they took 50 cents a piece, and just kind of a fun addition to the man cave. So we got Raphael. I don't even know who some of these folks are, but I used to love the Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. Looks like a Donatello with, I don't know, some kind of backpack on. Panda Bear guy. And looks like another Donatello as a fireman. So, cool addition there. We got some Sega Genesis and 32X games. We got Doom for the 32X. I think I paid $2 for that. Shining Force 2, which I didn't have. I paid $6 for that. What's this? Shining Force 1. I think that was another $6. Blockout, which was a couple of bucks. Chavez 2, which was $2. And Castlevania Bloodlines, which is a little bit faded. I actually have this game with the cardboard case. Didn't have it in the hard case, so I'll probably trade one of those out and keep the other one. Then for Sega Saturn, Battle Stations. I'll come back to this in just a minute. And a couple PS1 games. Pull them out here. So we got Evil Zone, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, and Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. So I've never really played the Tomb Raider games. I remember them when they came out, what a big deal they were, so I have to give those a try. So some of you may have noticed this stack of VHS tapes back here. I like some of these really cheesy movies. I remember going into the video store when I was a kid, and I'd get in trouble if my mom or dad saw me looking at the cases for some of these, when you're 8 or 9 years old. But anytime I see some of them, which I don't really see on DVD, I go ahead and pick them up if they're real cheap and have them on in the background while I'm working on games. And so we got some real classics here, Marked for Death, Prom Night 4, Zipperface, Return of the Living Dead 3, Zombie Lake, Carnival of Souls, Skinnet, The Punisher, Dead Presidents, A Bronx Tale, Cover Up, Black Eagle, Blind Fury, Black Rain, Split Second, Silver Bullet, and Steel Justice. So that looks like a lot of fun there. There's a place in my hometown that I stopped at over Christmas, and they had a whole bunch of video game stuff. I was all excited to go there. I went in, no video game stuff, and I was so sad. So I talked to the guy, and he's like, well, I got some stuff back home, but it just really wasn't selling here. He did have a box of what he called broken stuff, so I picked up this NES deck for $5. Just needs a new pin connector, and it'll be fine. So that was cool. He's like, I do have one game that I haven't sold yet because some guy came and cleaned me out that I'll sell to you if you want. I'll give it to you for $75. He told me what the game was, and before he was even done saying it, I told him, I'll buy it. I'll be coming back through here in an hour. If you go get it, I'll pick it up. So for $75, I finally have myself a copy of Earthbound, which I am very excited about. Heard a lot about this game. On eBay, they're going for anywhere between $120 to $150 for just the game and the dust cover. So whether or not it's worth that, I guess we'll wait and see. But I figured for $75, it was a good investment, especially because it just seems to be going up. So pretty excited to add that to my collection, which would be cool. Last but not least, at this Honest Engines Tourist Trap, I picked this up for $2. And in here are a bunch of games. I'm not really sure what they're to, if it's to a computer or what. But they're all Texas Instruments. We have Car Wars, Number Magic, Tombstone City, Munchman, Parsec, Hunt, The Wumpus, The Attack, Football, Alpine, TI Invaders, Blackjack and Poker, Jawbreaker 2. Oh boy, what's this? Chisholm Trail? I got nothing. It's late. And I think that's it. So they say Command Module, TI, and what does this say? Texas Instruments Home Computer Command Module. So I'll have to do some research and see what I can find out there. But if anybody knows anything, feel free to leave me a message in the comments. So all in all, for all of this, I think, including Earthbound, I'm looking at right around $150, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Oh, and I got a PlayStation bag to put a system in, which is kind of fun if I want to take one somewhere. So $150 for all of this, and a lot of it is stuff that I didn't have, and so yeah, I would say that's a success. So from here in Wisconsin, this is Mancave Dave, and I will see you all at the next sale. Take care.